My dog. My dogs are pulling up. What up, G? Alright, let's see what happened here. We're still flying. What's up, Jay? What's up, Nate? Options. What's up, Farzard? How are you, bro? Santos, how are you, dog? So if we look at the weekly, we created a bottom wick and we started driving up. If you look at the daily, we respected the support here. We drove up, we closed above, we created resistance on the daily candle, turned it into support and created and continued driving up. We closed bullish on the day with a massive top wick. And we are now starting to consolidate here, getting lower lows, or we're starting now to consolidate here at the highs. It's all good, bro. If you're not feeling good, take it easy. So looking at the 4 hour and the 1 hour, we're continually making higher highs and higher lows. We wicked into this lower area, money printer play, and it started driving. We are now we created resistance. Let's see if we can turn it into support for a continuation here on the 4 hour. So we have tapped the SMA. We could be using that as support. We're starting to scoop here on the hourly. You're getting that money printer sort of kind of here on the hourly after grabbing orders from these lows. So buys could be very interesting. Let's see. I don't like this zone here. I don't like this area. I do not like this area. The only trade that I saw after market open I had sales a while ago, but they got hit BE before the drop. Damn. This was my only entry today. And a break even right here. I had a break even sell here. I took a sell here. Where did I take a sell? Oh, I took a sell here. Price came back. Pineapple. It wicked in profit. I got out here and the price kept driving up. Whoa, look at that fucking candle. Look at that. Not sure what this push means though. This means I think Asian market opens right now. Hmm. Oh, now that we've broken out of this area that I wanted to break out of, can we form structure here and then re-break the high?
So right now, I'm hitting every day. It's pin 2 cc's every day.
Holy crap. Good evening, my brother. Trump is speaking. Is it not live anymore?
The others I could read all night long, but so many were so terrible, and some were actually disgusting. And I know you're eating your dinner, so I didn't want to do that. But we're draining the swamp, and one of them was $100 million for condoms for Hamas. You heard about that. 50 and 50. It's 50 million, and then they decided they needed more condoms, so they sent another 50 million. So it's 100 million condoms for Hamas. But now that's the good stuff. Here's even worse. Social Security. As you know, generally speaking, people don't live to be over 100 years old. We all will, I think, 120, 130, hopefully. But, you know, you hate when you get near.
Can you guys hear that?
It's like, let's hope we can live to length like this. But here's what we're finding and what we found. And these were all found by these computer geniuses. I asked Elon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a buy stop here. This is my setup.
12 guys, and they had 30 guys, and they
Let
had
me set the fucking buy stop.
now they have over 100 guys, and he attracts very young
Holy
people
shit,
with high
fucking.
IQs, you know. Some people attract very beautiful people. I think I like them better, actually. But he attracts young people that are brilliant, and they love the country, too. But I said, what trait do they really have? And the trait that they really have was that they're extraordinary with computers. They can take them. He said they make love to their computer. I said, I don't want to hear about that.
I'm gonna delete it and let it push a little more and give us more. It's too early within the hourly.
And literally put them back blind.
I'm gonna let it rock.
So when they go into some guy that's ripping off the country by doing some of the things. A mistake. There was a big mistake, and we're finding
What a push.
hundreds of billions of dollars worth of fraud, waste and abuse, but I think fraud will be.
Yeah, I removed my buy stop there.
As we see, but listen to this on.
This looks clean here and clean, but it's too early on the hourly. I want to see a pullback at this hourly high. I don't know if we're not going to get it because of the way Trump is speaking, but
I know some people that are close to 100. I know one or two that got over that mark, but you don't have millions. 3.6 million people
we're
from age
moving.
110 to age 119. 3.47 million.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a buy stop here. Another one. Why doesn't it let me create my buy stop? What the hell?
29 years old. Millions of people. Millions. 3.9 million people from age 130 to 139, which is pretty amazing because the longest living person ever on record, and they're not sure it was correct, was a woman from a very far away place. Lived to 127 years old. She was a healthy specimen, but she lived to 127. 3.5 million people from age 140 to 149. So we have 140-year-old people plus millions of them. 1.3 million people live to over 150 years of age, 150 to 159 to be exact. Over 130,000 people over the age of 160 years old, including 1,039 people between the ages of 220 to 229. And we're going to be investigating this fraud. Actually, we had one person who was 361 years old. And what we're doing
Yes,
now is
Sandro.
how many of these people were paid. So we have millions.
I set my stops based off market structure.
People in our social security rolls. So the good news is when we take them
And
off,
probability,
whether
right?
they're paid or not, it looks like our social security could be really solid. It could be a lot better than we thought if you think about it.
So this should give us a massive push. We should get at least a 20 pip push.
Right? I heard Fort Knox. But you know, we're getting a little bit shaky. We're getting the yips on this stuff. Like, I want to find out. So we're going to open up the doors. I'm going to see if we have gold.
We have a minute for the 5-minute closure, so this 5-minute has to close with the top wick. If it closed no top wick, that's depending on where the profit is, that would be instant closure.
You know, 400 tons of gold or whatever the hell.
It's driving much more for you guys, right? You guys are already up 15, 16 pips on that trade. I haven't seen more than 4 fucking pips. Futures is lagging so behind.
So we could find as much as $1.5 trillion worth of waste, fraud, and abuse. So we do that, we can balance budgets, we can do a lot of other things, especially when you couple it with the massive amounts of tariffs that are coming in already.
Yeah, I'm going break even here.
Just with what we are charging.
I saw 10 pips there, but
because I don't want to anger people.
Futures is lagging behind. You guys had so much better position. I'm about to get stopped out break even here. Damn, you guys saw full 20 pips. Wow.
It's just a very small portion that I've attached
Full
to them.
20 pips on.
I got a call from
That's crazy to
Congress.
me.
They said, a lot of money is coming in from these tariffs, and they're starting to change their whole thing. So if you can add the tariffs, and this is numbers that.
Yeah, W trade for spot gold.
Say he didn't produce, but you could wipe out your income tax. You could maybe not
Yeah, it took me out break even. That was annoying.
Because in the old days,
That was a full 20 pip drive here.
Our country was the richest ever from 1870 to 1913. That's when we were actually the richest, and we were a full tariff country. McKinley, and by the way, I just renamed Mount McKinley. I hope you're happy about that. But
we're already at target, right?
A tariff guy, and
the target was here.
Countries should not be allowed to come in and plunder.
So gay, bro. That's annoying me.
On tariffs, plunder our wealth, plunder our jobs, steal our companies, and take our money without paying a very fair price. And he said, and that price should be more than fair. It should be high, because what they do is they hurt our country. And we became very rich. He was assassinated, and as you know, Roosevelt took over, Teddy, and he spent money on parks.
Trump, we don't care. Say something about the economy, my boy.
But he really spent a lot of the money. McKinley never got the credit, but he spent a lot
it's
of the
straight.
money that McKinley made.
That was a good trade.
The richest we ever were.
You guys had like 30 pips on that trade.
1900s. And then in 1913, we went to the income tax system. And to be honest, we did fine, but we were never like we were. They formed the Tariff Commission of 1887.
Just be careful here.
And it was a commission of people like you, blue bloods. Are you blue bloods? There are a couple in, about 3 of them over here. But blue bloods.
All right, let's get this hourly down on here and see. We have hourly resistance here, and we also have 4-hour resistance here. So without much of a bottom wick on that daily, and no bottom wicks on this hourly, let's see, is this the end of the line?
This money went to people and it got kicked back. You're going to find out a lot of that, but we'll catch it all. We've launched the largest deregulation campaign in our country's history. For every one new regulation, I've directed that 10 old regulations must be eliminated. And I will say, in my first term, we did more deregulation than any president in history by far, not even close. With Republicans in Congress, we're also racing to pass the largest tax cuts in American history. We're looking to go. We brought it down from 41%, much higher if you add the state things, but 41% to 21%, which people said was impossible. And now I'm trying to bring it down to 15%. So it'll go from 21 to 15, but only if you make your product.
Yeah, W trade, it stopped me out.
You pay 21.
Unfortunately.
That'd be great to protect American auto workers, who, by the way, they're going to be one of the biggest beneficiaries of what we're doing with tariffs, because they just stopped 2 big auto plants in the middle of construction from being built in Mexico, because they see, when I got elected, they said, oh, this is going to be a problem for us because we have big tariffs going on, and we have tariffs going on autos.
Fucking cold. Let me turn my heater on.
There is no tariff. All you have to do is build your plant in the United States. They were building plants in Mexico right opposite the border. They're making them in Mexico. They're selling them into the United States with virtually no tax. And they're killing Detroit, all these places are being killed. Now it's the exact opposite. And by the way, Canada was a big participant in that too. And I think Canada, they're going to have to pay tariffs on automobiles, lumber, and oil and gas, et cetera, et cetera. And they get 95% of their product from the United States. I think they have to become the 51st state. And you heard the people booing the national anthem, but I think ultimately they'll be praising the national anthem. We'll have to work out some deal with it, because I do like the "O Canada," right? It's a beautiful thing. I think we're going to have to keep it for the 51st state. I call him Governor Trudeau. I said, Governor Trudeau's doing a wonderful job. I think it's actually called.
You guys hear Trump, or is that too loud? Come visit Chicago right now and then tell me you're cold. My brother in Christ, my room right now is a solid 70 degrees, and I'm like fucking shivering.
country. It would be the equivalent of $2 trillion today. We spend massive amounts. We lost 38,000 lives from the mosquito and snakes. A lot of bad snake bites, but mostly the mosquitoes, malaria. They killed 38,000 of our people. They paid laborers 5 times what they were getting in the United States to go, knowing that there's a good chance they were going to die. 20% of them died. And Jimmy Carter, may he rest in peace, the late great Jimmy Carter, gave it away for $1. It's also the most profitable thing ever built. You know, it's when you hear about casinos
Flex.
and you hear about all
Flex.
the peanuts compared to this. It's the
Swole.
most profitable thing.
I hit the gym today, and all I did was some fucking arms in the sauna and rolled out.
And by the way, when they gave
Zona Oeste, Provincia Seria.
for $1, the day after they took over, they
Sandro
raised the price of a
Montenegro.
ship by 4
My
times.
dude. Ah,
That
fuera
was
del
high
capital,
enough. There was
Montenegro.
no problem. They raised it again twice. And they're
Matanza.
getting almost $1 million a ship. And their product is water. It's Pacific and Atlantic.
Matanza is a
And
town in
one is
Cuba,
about
too.
18 feet higher than the other, which a lot of people don't know. Actually, it's one of the great marvels of the world. Well, we built it, and we're not going to let, because China has essentially taken it over. We're not going to let that happen. China knows it, and so does Panama. To protect American workers. And
Tranquilo, papi, habla todo el español que tú quieras. Aquí no hay problema con eso.
Reciprocal tariffs on any nation that tries to cheat us.
You heard that? Reciprocal tariffs. Because they're trying to cheat us, like the market did to me right now by wicking me out. It knew that my break even was there. That's why it wicked back.
Do the trick, because some of the countries have really high tariffs, so it really works out much better. Nobody can even fight it. Whatever they charge us, we charge them. So if they're at 25%, we are 25. If they're at 75, we're at 7. Whatever they charge us. And it was very interesting. The European Union, you know, we were 2.5% for cars. European Union was much higher. They just reduced their tariffs on cars to 2.5 to be reciprocal with us. So that's just an early sign. But I think that's going to happen. And then some will want to fight us a little bit, but it doesn't matter. They're reciprocal. And even the press says, oh, I see. Well, they don't fight us. You know, if I put a flat tariff on like 25, 30%, even if it was lower than we would have gotten, if we put a flat tariff on, the press would have gone crazy. Well, that's terrible. Even if somebody was paying like 5 times more, charging us 5 times more. When you say reciprocal, I said it the other day to the failing New York Times. I said, listen, whatever they charge us, we charge them. They go, well,
Damn, this sucks so bad that it took me out there.
So it's a reciprocal tariff, whatever they charge us. I've ended Joe Biden's weaponization of our government and removed his handpicked radical left Marxist prosecutors from the Department of Justice. We have a great Attorney General, Pam. I immediately halted all government censorship and brought back free speech in America. I signed an executive order to end all of the lawless diversity, equity, and inclusion policies.
I want to be careful here, man. I don't like these supports, these resistances here to the left.
One company said they're going out of that business and they're going to write off $229 million. How do you spend that much money to convince people that they should have transgender operations and various and sundry other things that we don't like to talk about? It's crazy.
The dollar just gapped down. Are we going to fill this gap on the dollar or reject like that?
By the way, our military is now free of that. Anybody that even tries it.
Like my theory, right? If the US dollar rejects and starts to come up again for the daily high, we're going to see a pullback here on gold. Yeah. Gold did me dirty today. That would have made back all of the losses from yesterday's stream and we would have been in profit because my TP was at 20 pips. I wasn't going to hold or close for until the TP hit.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but we're not going to give many federal money. They are
got my ass. Got my ass. Got my ass. Got my ass.
They are. Let's find out who that guy is that raised his hand. Maybe he's just kidding. But
okay, so we just closed above this and we're just continually pumping here. So let me mark up my next hourly level.
We have a fight with one news organization, AP, a radical left organization, treats us all very badly. And they refuse to acknowledge that the Gulf, former of Mexico, is now called the Gulf of America.
USA! USA! USA.
We're holding them out of any new
Let's get
clients.
some
Now I'm sure they'll get
drive
some
up, some
big
support
orders
forms,
as
and then a
it matters.
continuation up.
Just something that we feel strongly about. No,
I want
I still
clean
think changing
confirmation. I'm not trying to be in anything that's not clean. It could pull back at any second after driving like this, right? So the only setup that I saw was this pullback here. So we need this same structure to form so we can take a trade here. We have clean range until this next level here. So we just need pullbacks before a continuation. It just can't
So
keep
we're
driving.
having a little dispute, but only one. But Google Maps has already changed. Almost everybody's already changed. It's called the Gulf of America.
Today I passed one eval, below the one eval, made 200 on the funded, and I need 4 more days for a payout, and took a big L on the funded.
Somebody wants to do that.
So you made 200 after the big L?
Even the NCAA has already complied, and they have sent us a
Nice.
letter. They have fully complied with that. I also proudly banned the use of puberty blockers, hormone injections. You believe this? And other chemical and surgical mutilations of all minor youth. Do you believe you have to say that?
Well,
Man, it's terrible. Who would believe that we're talking about even these things? Men playing in 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Can you imagine? People would say, "Is he crazy talking about this?" And they're still fighting.
what is that on the FTMO one?
As I said, we're going to make universal school choice a very big, strong thing. School choice, and we're working very, very hard to send these schools and education back to the states where they can be properly run. In other words, this really affects the people in this room, but you're going to be running your schools, and who can do worse? Look, they rate them in the top 40. So we just came out with one that we were number 40, but we were number 1 in cost per pupil. And I mean, I know a lot of the governors in this room. You run a great state, and you'll do great with education at a much lower price. We're going to give you whatever you need, but at a much lower price. We have people in Washington, D.C. that, in all fairness, in many cases, don't give a damn about your pupils or your students or your states. And they're running everything, and they're running it into the ground. So it came out, we're last in education, but first in cost per pupil. Norway, Denmark, Sweden, I have to tell you, China, and a few others are always in the top 5. And I really believe
Top 5, top 5, top 5.
or 36 states, and all of you are here, almost all of you here representing those states. I think you're going to have education that's every bit as good as Norway and Denmark and Sweden and all.
Options, you proud of me?
And then we'll have some
You proud of me, Options? You proud of me, brother?
Look at everything else. But in everything we do, we're putting America first because the Republican Party is now known as the party of common sense. It's the party of common sense, very important. I think it's a very important phrase for you to use. It's all about common sense. We're conservative and, we're a lot of things, but most important thing is we have to use common sense. Thanks in part to the hard work of the people in this room, we're forging a new political majority that is shattering and replacing Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal coalition, which dominated American politics for nearly 100 years. Under our leadership, the Republican Party has become the proud voice of hardworking citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. We are a much bigger, much more powerful party. Now is the time for us all to press forward, think big, be bold, and deliver the once-in-a-lifetime reforms our citizens need and really deserve. They've gone through hell for 4 years. Some of them don't even know it. They've just been led down a path. They don't even know what they've gone through. As one team, we can make
I have a
America
sell stop here.
stronger, our communities safer, our schools better, our families happier, our citizens wealthier, and our country freer.
Targeting that 15-minute bottom wick area.
Than ever before. We will work together, and we will absolutely, without question, make America great again. God bless you all, and do a great job, and go home and watch the hockey game.
He's done talking. I think that when he's about to finish talking, I think the volume is going to start dying down now that he's done talking shit. We're going to start coming down here looking for these hourly or for these bottom wicks here. We're at a major area of resistance here. That's also a 4-hour area of resistance. I think that we should get a decent pullback here. Let's just hope it does it on my end. Right?
Sworn in, and you heard him there go over a litany of action items that he has done in the last month, in the last 30 days. He describes them, of course, as successes.
All right,
that
I'm done
administration
listening
has
to these
already
guys.
taken.
Pineapple wise, I don't know. Not really looking for pineapples. It's 100 pips to the next range. I'm looking for this to flip now and just dump. From wherever you guys entered, I'm giving you guys these bangers. Holy shit, how come they're so much higher up on your end than my end? Yeah, I'm gonna just go break even here because that's looking disgusting on my end. It's looking disgusting. Just past the 50K funded. Bro, drop a fucking like. Was it because of the trades that I called? Farzard, fucking hell yeah, bro. Fucking hell yeah. Bro, drop a like, chat. Drop a like, bro. That's all that I want, bro. Just drop a like. My brother just passed the 50K funded. We're in a trade, break even right now, just letting it rock. Pull up, bro. Pull up. Come support your boy. Check it out. Watch it dump. Watch the dump. Or break even. Who knows? I saw 10 pips there. Wow, this was 1 pip away from getting stopped out break even. He's about to do it again. Yeah, we just respected that support there. Price is starting to come down now. If it doesn't slam through the lows and it starts to re-break this 1 minute high, we're likely going to see break even here. Very, very likely. Yeah, if it starts to respect that low, that's going to be likely a buy. I'm going to be looking for the buys. Yeah, I agree. I just hope we see another re-break of that low. On Forex, it's much cleaner move here on Forex, dude. That's so dookie. That was a 20 pip move one way and a 20 pip move the other way, my bro. Holy bananas. Pop 3 more pips. Give me 10 and I'll close. Support, don't be supporting now. Support later. Support later, por favor. I guess coming down for that tiny little 15-minute bottom wick was all we were going to get. I don't understand why that didn't take me out break even. Ah, 30-minute closure. Wow. W guys had until now. See everybody around. Thanks. Have a good night, my brother. Take it easy. Por favor. You passed the account. Go take a nap. Here the buys look clean. Here they look like dookie. What, for more sales? Hey, all I know is price action be price action in my dude. Yeah, I'm gonna have another sell stop here. Because if we do break these lows, see, for that trend line trade to play out, it has to do it now. It's actually forming. I'm gonna give it another minute or two. Alright, so if you're looking for that trend line breakout to the upside, it's gotta go. It's gotta fucking go. What are these? What is this looking like? So we're bullish. So we just had a range 1 breakout. So I would like range 2. So I would like a rebreak of the low, a flip bullish, and then another rebreak to take some continuation sells. Holy shit, I'm shivering over here. Let's refrain from using the word for sure because we don't know shit. Every candle that prints can tell you something completely different. So we can say there's a higher probability. That's all good. I'm not tripping or anything. But it's better to say there's a probability, because sometimes you're like, oh yeah, it's for sure gonna go up, and then it doesn't. You're like, damn, was my analysis wrong? You're like, nah, bro, it's just probability. I mean, this does look extremely bullish on the 4 hour. The 1 hour hasn't closed yet, so there's really no closure above resistance. 30-minute respected. 15-minute is creating resistance and trying to break out, but kind of hovering there. The 5-minute is about to break the lows. Let's be patient here. I don't think it's gonna come down with the same volume it came back up. I think that would have activated the sell stop that I deleted earlier. Whatever you're at now, if you pineappled, you're in major profit, my bro. You're in 50 pips profit likely. What? Oh no, that's 12 pips. With a pineapple, add another 6, 7 pips. You're probably at like 25 pips. $29.48. Holy shit, my guy. You're selling the top titty tip top. Blah, 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 blah. What are you gonna do here? What are you gonna do here? Is this the 30? Flipping. No, that's still. We just grabbed a major top wick and we might not need one. So, now that we've came down, start looking for some of these levels to be tapped. We also have minor support here. The sell stop there would have given me 11, 12 pips. Wonder if I should have swung this trade from the highs here. You're basically scaling in when you're in drawdown. Oh. DVS is Don Vo's strategy. Bro. Give me a pullback. Well, Jay, I know you're in a shit ton of profit if you're holding. Oh, you're in buys. Jay, you're in buys. I completely thought you were in sells. When you said you took a pineapple here, I thought you were like a pineapple. I'm like, oh, maybe you took one in profit. I'm fucking fried. I apologize, my friend. So, if we retrace the entire Trump move, it's gonna be a. Why did I cancel my sell stop? I canceled my sell stop because price started flipping bullish here and started re-breaking the highs. Once price started re-breaking the highs here, there's a bullish setup here, and since the daily is extremely bullish and the daily is completely bullish, the bias is bullish. Um, you're more likely to continue bullish than to reverse on the trade, right? So that's why I deleted the sell stop, because there's a higher probability that price was going to continue bullish versus rejecting and continuing down. So since it did reject and continue down, that's just probability, you know? We just retraced the whole move. And the hourly just flipped. For me to take sells now, man, it's troublesome. I need to see, again, structure form, I'm able to take a sell, an entry. Structure forms, I'm able to take an entry. This, I cannot take anything in there. Now that we've tapped that hourly level, we haven't quite made that hourly low here, but we don't necessarily need to on futures. Let's see what starts happening here. Let's see. Three minutes for the 15-minute closure. We're just going to continue down here, right? And something like this is very, very difficult to trade, especially when, look at this dump. There's really nothing that I can do here. All I can do is just sit on my hands and wait for the higher time frame closures. For all we know, this thing could just literally reverse here and come all the way back up, just like it did yesterday. Last time we rejected off this level, we got to drive down all the way down to these levels here. Before that, we had a pullback that pulled back 600 pips. So where are we going to get that pullback to? The world may never know. We'll have to figure it out. Just closed because the 1 hour flipped, yeah. And even if it makes support here and starts to drive back up, all you can do is just wait for the next entry, because fuck. And this is just what happened yesterday. You cannot you don't expect this to happen, correct? So all you can do is continue. We had buys 20 pips, bam. Could have taken another buy here for 20 pips, bam. And then if you would have taken another buy here at the complete top, the stop loss here was 38 pips. So once we saw consolidation here, pineapple time, and then a sell, your stop loss below this level now, because we've confirmed consolidation here, confirmed support at the level we drove off of. So here is where I would have taken pineapples and had my stop loss down here. The same way I did it yesterday, except yesterday's range was larger than this one. This range is only 42 pips. Yesterday's range was like 60 pips and my stop loss was 50. So this stop loss was a little bit cleaner than yesterday's. But that all comes with this. So that's how I would manage risk, right? The same way I managed it yesterday. So when you're seeing me not set a stop loss or anything like that, that's because I'm not trying to let it go 100 pips. I'm trying to let it go maybe 50 pips. If it drops down 50 pips in one candle, all right, maybe I can let it go 100 pips and I have to give it some, let it form some structure. But ideally 50 pips is where I would like to close my trade. So we just had that 15-minute closure. The 15-minute close, no bottom wick, no top wick. If it can come down and tap some of these levels here, man. What's a good hourly level here? The closest hourly level is all the way down here. The closest 30-minute level is right here where it's at now. There's really no... Holy fucking dump. $15 no top wick? Oh, I did give a top wick. But it didn't close below the most recent. Not even on the hourly. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you for showing up, dog. The more you show up, the more you'll learn, and the more you can create your own edge in the markets. That's ideally what it's supposed to be. I was looking for a buy stop here, but so this is why I didn't take another buy stop or attempt another buy here, because the higher time frame, like the 30, pulled back really hard and closed below, like really hard. So that, unfortunately, pushing us back in range. I'm like, I need like the 30 to close above, 15 to close above, all the other time frames to close above. That would make much more sense. 1 hour candles looking wild for Asian. Yeah, so this is a good level we can take some buys off of. So let's be very careful here and see what happens. And do you think that that's fundamentally thinking too? Trump talked gold goes up, and now he stopped talking on the movement. The fundamentals are fucking the fundamental buyers. What's your opinion? So when Trump was speaking, he brings uncertainty to the markets because he's changing structure and changing how we do things, right? So this country has been running the same way for quite a long time, and he's completely redoing things, and the whole world sees him and says, we don't know how this is going to come out. We have mixed results. We have half the world saying it's going to be good and the other half of the world saying it's going to be bad. So what can we do? What is Trump responsible for? He's responsible for the US dollar. So if Americans are like, 50% of Americans are like, oh no, we don't like Trump, and the other 50% likes Trump, which basically is what it is now, half of America is fundamentally the dollar is decreasing in value. Half of America is moving their money, or not America technically, but people are moving their money into gold, which is a safe haven. Gold is the safer currency. Gold is made to continually go up while everything else goes down. So when Trump is speaking and there's uncertainty in the market, people are gonna start saying, "All right, it's time to buy gold. Bad shit is happening in the world. It's time to buy gold. I'm uncertain with what's gonna happen next. So what's the safest move? Buy gold. Buy gold." And then what happens when he finishes speaking and he doesn't say anything of substance? All he did was just reiterate the same things that we already knew. The market decides to sell off and retrace this was a FOMO buy. People heard Trump talking and said, nope, all-time highs. This was a FOMO buy, and now we're squeezing out all the buyers because he didn't say anything of substance. So that's what I'm thinking, right? Why the buys failed here, because he didn't say shit. We're gonna experience a good pullback here. So let's wait. Let's be patient here. I can't continue taking these buys. This is fucking insane. We're about to have an hourly closure. If we get an hourly closure below all of this, let's see. If we pull back and respect here, bro, we could be looking for something good. He didn't say anything of substance. So I'm listening, and the whole time he's speaking, he's just saying the same thing over and over and over that we've already heard from his other people. What's up, Chris? If he would have said, "I talked to Putin today, and we came to an agreement. We're sending it over to Zelensky. All he has to do is confirm." I don't know. I don't know how that shit works. That would be something of substance, but I don't think he said anything. Everybody's like, "Oh, I hate Trump. This isn't that." Well, you're about to get 5K back. And you're like, "Oh no, I'd rather remove the IRS than take out 5K." Well, buddy, you know how impossible that is? All you can do is shut down as much as you can and give people back as much money that they took from you as you can, and give them as many tax breaks as you can for the next 4 years, so people can build wealth for the next 4 years, because once he's gone, if another Democrat comes in, it's back to... So you better build as much wealth as you can. I'm waiting on this hourly. 200 pip range up, 200 pips back down. I know Market Mechanic took that shit. That was an easy sell depending on how you trade. I only had a setup here, a setup here, and nothing all the way down here. I have nothing here. I can't just enter in the middle of a push. I didn't take this sell stop because I believed that there was a higher probability that we would continue bullish. But then now that when Santos asked me that question, the more that I think about it, Trump speaking caused the uncertainty in the market. People were FOMO buying gold. Once he finished, immediately as soon as he finished, we had this pullback. Immediately as he finished, we had this pullback. Go back on stream. Immediately as he finished, we had this pullback. So the people that were buying all this way up continued to buy, or were continuing to hold, and they realized Trump didn't say anything of substance this time. He just reiterated exactly the same as what his cabinet has been saying for the past week. So short squeeze. Or long squeeze, whatever the fuck you call it. I don't know. I don't know all these technical terms. All I know is what it looks like. I don't know FVG. I don't know order blocks. I don't know the name of these candles. I don't know any of that. Yeah, Trump just spoke for like 45 minutes, an hour, maybe 2 hours, something like an hour, I think. I don't know any of that. All I know is how to look at candles. I'm in a long, yeah, Drizza. That is clean. I'm waiting on this hourly. Yeah, Chris, I had 2 break evens on stream. Price fucking wicked me out and did some gay shit. Break even, break even. I got 5 minutes for the hourly to close. Oh, let me get the fucking music going. Shit. Four minutes. 4 minutes. So, what I don't want to see is this being a lower high for continuation to the downside. So I want to wait for this hourly to close, right? And let's see where this hourly closes at. If this hourly closes back into this range here, I mean, this hourly is going to be closing below the most recent range. So that's something I don't like. But we're respecting here on the 30-minute support. So let's see how we move here, because buys could be very, 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 very fucking nice here. Let's see. Let's wait. Let's be patient. I think we will see one last squeeze to, yeah. Yeah, that was a good wick entry, Drizza. That was a really good wick entry. I just wonder, because this dump means that there's just so many buyers that are getting fucking destroyed. See, I would have taken a rebreak of the lows here if it wasn't for the hourly closing right now. Damn. A mosquito. I got that hoe. I'm out. That's beautiful. Milo, chill out. Nice, you recovered. Hell yeah. Where's Gay Fredo? He's at the door. My dog's barking. One minute. I caught those sells but closed early. That's the eval I passed this year. Nice, bro. I'm working on getting more evaluations. I am 600 from passing this one, 60 pips. Oh, this drove 200 fucking pips. with Don Wicks and Eddie and some mentors of the other group in my personal trades too, not know how to be more honest, brother. Nice. Hell yeah. Bro, use everybody and create your own strategy. Your own banger. Damn. Let's see what we do here. Just lower lows, lower highs. Holy shit. Four hour just closed too. 4 hour close with no bottom wick. It closed with a bottom wick. It's just tiny. This year I'm going to get it again. I'm back on track. Quit the ganja and started to focus again. Hell yeah, bro. Good shit. Yep. Yep. Bahaya soup. Nah. I'm gonna give it a little bit. I think this is gonna be a good entry level here. It's already maxed out on Lex. Yo, if you're here, drop a like, gang. I appreciate you. Huh. It's not really trading without a risk to reward ratio. It's more so trading based off of market structure. So you measure out your ranges, and if you have a 200 pip range, then you know that okay, I'm not gonna let it run the 200 pips. I'm probably gonna cut it halfway, and you start looking for areas where you could possibly cut it halfway. So we just had a bullish closure for the first 5 minutes of the hourly. So this area is a strong area of resistance here. So let's see if we can get a closure above and then some structure forming above here, and then I can start taking some buys. You know what looks beautiful? This is Jay. Well, that left without me. That left without me. Once you're funded, things become infinitely harder. Hold on. Your car's what? Holy shit, Drizza. Closing half at 90? Oh yeah, on the buys? Yeah, the buys are good. The buys are really good there. The buys are really good. I was waiting for this level to give me a better confirmation. I wanted a better confirmation above this level. See how this 5 minute closes. Closing half at 90. You're a savage. That does look like a Drizza entry. We can literally continue up, but is trading that easy? Is it gonna be that easy as close your eyes and buys? We've created the bottom wick for the 4-hour. We're coming back up to a 4-hour resistance here. We have some 4-hour resistance at these highs here, about 24 pips away.
Third round now. Bro.
So why don't you bet?
I don't know, bro. Bro, every time I call it, but it's just like, I'm a bitch, bro. I'm a bitch. That thing that I feel like it's telling me, oh, bet, you're gonna lose this time.
It happens to everybody. I'm gonna take a sell here. Manual execution. Looking to fill some of this range back down to the downside. I have a couple of 4-hour levels that I'm looking at, like here. Or possible more pineapples. But I'm not letting the market fuck around too much tonight, right? I am not letting the market fuck around too much tonight. That slipped you 7 pips on the market executions? That's annoying. It's also annoying when you enter and it goes into instant drawdown, right?
Are you in sells or in buys, Eddie? I went to the watch and think that.
I'm sells.
You're in sells, okay.
Yeah, we're re-breaking these highs. Mm-hmm.
But my legs are getting lean, bro.
I'm gonna trade. I did the opposite. Yeah, both could have played out there. Both could have played out there very easily. That's why you manage risk, right? Because if this thing just keeps shooting up and it doesn't give me any sort of like pullback or anything, then I'm just gonna be forced to manually close. There's no sense in and holding for the rest of the range to continue.
Crazy stuff.
15-minute just closed. No tiny top wick. I was hoping we would get a top wick first. The next area we can bounce off of, if it's not here for that top wick, it could be here, but that's quite a ways up. That's 70 pips up. I don't think I want to hold it. I think I'd rather just take the L. I think I'd rather just take the L if it does come up to those levels. I'm more bearish based on the higher time frame, how we had the money printer set up here. Price started to come down to the lows. I would have expected it to remain below these levels and then to continue. That would be the lower high for a continuation down, especially after grabbing all these orders here. But it looks like it wanted more pullback before that. It looks like I'm liquidity for you guys. We're just disrespecting everything. So I'm gonna take a pineapple here. And then if we start to come back up into this range, then I'll manually close. Looks like we just tapped the 4-hour SMA and the 1-hour 30-minute. So I'm expecting a decent push down off of here. So let's hope we get it before it continues up. We're in a pineapple? Yeah, not for long. Another 5-minute closure in 10 seconds. Let's see what happens here. 5-minute no top wick, but we closed back into this for the range here, so we could easily see a big pop up. If this isn't the pullback, putting my stop loss here. Yeah, pineapple with the double lot. And what I'll do. I'm in drawdown. I want to take a big loss here. Not big. It would wipe out today's profits. It would be a break-even day for me. And there it goes. That's gold for you. Yeah, that's too close to the 10 o'clock closure, so this will probably be my last trade for the night. Sucks I got stopped out break even on that first trade. It would have been nice. Would have been nice. Oh. 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 Gold doing gold things? Whatever happens, happens. You sit on your hands and you wait. You sit on your hands and you wait and you follow plan and you follow structure. If you do start to get a rebreak of the highs, it could be a small, another liquidity grab for a continuation down. Or it could be the confirmation of price continuing up. And what happened last time that price did that? It kept flying. And I'm not trying to be in that. I'm trying to live until tomorrow so that I can trade tomorrow. So I'll tell you how many pips I'm up this week after I finish this. After this trade stops out or what? It's forming structure, right? And you're respecting the lows on the 1 minute. So 90% chance it continues coming up. And we're getting close to the 30-minute closure. If the 30-minute does close at this level here, we're likely going to get a top wick, wicking us out, and then coming down, if anything, if it is going to be bearish. But likely a bottom wick before continuing up, probably not a big one with the way price is moving. Yo, Jay, did Wicks take any trades today? Yeah, I missed the whole New York session. I really wasn't paying much attention. And then I FOMO'd into a trade and got out break even. And I said, yeah, I'm not gonna take a trade today during it. Let me do both. Damn, if you guys caught the earlier trades that both ran for like 20 to 30 pips, you'd have enough cushion for these. 2 L's in a row on stream if this hits my stop loss. I had 2 nice trades earlier though. It stopped me out break even, but whoever held for like this trade here, I called the sell up here, and it drove like crazy. That was a banger. If anybody held that, that's awesome. I don't trade with these things on screen because they kind of mess with me, but yes, if the pineapple fails, both trades close. See what happens here.
What?
What happened?
Perfectly good.
Did you put some on?
Yeah.
See if we can survive this top wick. I think we dump here. We sit on our hands. I sit on my hands. You can do whatever you want. You can manage risk and get out here at minus 20 pips. Took a small loss. I got out plus 15 pips. Nice, bro. Your pineapple was clean. And your first entry must have been really nice. Maybe it depends. On Forex, it's a little bit different. It's better on Forex, the swing up and highs than it is on futures. On futures, some of the candles will do it, but not all of them. So that's why I try to close my trades like at plus 10 pips or like 15 pips, you know what I mean? Because sometimes the push isn't the same if I'm watching the XAU chart. So while in drawdown, of course I'm like shitting bricks on the inside. Not like shitting bricks, but like I'm like, damn, 2 losses in a row on the same back-to-back stream. That fucking sucks. That's gonna set me back a day. And then the more that I zoom out, I'm like, it's straight, bro. It's setting you back a day. Who cares? You'll be back in another day, in 2 days. At the end of the week, if you end it profitable, that was a W week. You also took sales options? Buys. Damn, we both took an L on opposite entries.
I don't know how to do it, bro. God.
A 100 pips in DT. Monster. And I lost. So this week I am up 170 pips still. So yeah, this week I'm up 170 pips still. Light work. Oh yeah, that's it for me for trades for tonight. You're still holding? Damn. Let's hope it plays out for you, big bro. It stopped me out. That's annoying. I don't know if this resistance is strong enough to push gold back down. That's what I'm looking at. I have a buy stop here. What did I say that I was done? I just didn't want to be in a trade past 10. 'Cause I've been staying up to like fucking midnight every night. But yeah, it already disrespected structure. That's invalid. It needed to continue. Even if you get a flip there, you're 3 minutes away from the 15. No, it needed to flip now. That same push down needed to happen up. So instead of it coming down 13 pips, 15 pips, it should have flipped 15 pips. We would have been break even, and then if the 15 pips would have broke the high, and then we would have collected nice 15 pips. That's how the trade should have played out. The fact that it did this first, it's invalidating the trade. So it can come back down here and start putting us back in profit. We would have had to have had an extra 23 pips of drawdown for 2 entries. So that would have been an extra 50 pips of drawdown. Was I willing to take that? I don't think so. No, I did say that I don't think I was going to take another trade because it was 9:30 and we're that close to the hourly closure. So the probability of a trade showing up at that time was probably not likely. So if a setup does happen till towards like 10, like now where it's like close to the end of the hourly, I'd rather not take it because I'm trying to end my night early. I've been staying up to like midnight every night after stream. I streamed to like 10:30, 11 last time I streamed, and then I go eat some food and shit, and then dale. 15 minutes. Vamos a apagarlo. Hasta que se acabe. $15 no bottom wick. You are LGBTQ. You have to be. There's no, it makes no sense. You're LGBTQ. You're part of the T in the LGBTQ. Gotta be. You gotta be a Democrat. LGBTQ XAU SD. You took 8 pineapples? What? Oh, 8 pips. I was like, holy shit. That was a good attempt. A good attempt at making this the lower high for a continuation to the downside. Very good attempt. Now that we are back in this range, using this as support, a rebreak of this high or a closure above this range would be clean. We don't necessarily need a bottom wick for the 15. If the 5-minute closes above, comes down, creates a bottom wick for anywhere in this range, and then flips bullish, those are buys straight to the highs. What's this 4-hour looking like? Yeah, this 4-hour flipped. Yeah, man. Are you going to continue operating, Eddie, or is this all for today? So I was going to take another entry. I was going to have a buy stop here, but because we came back down and closed back into range, I closed my buy stop. This push out of range would have activated my entry, so I couldn't paper trade this. So this is where I was looking for an entry. Now that we are at the market open entry, when market opened, we had a massive push up. So if you're looking to mimic the market push up, this is likely what's going to happen. You're likely going to get a push up to these highs here. 30 more pips. But I would have to wait for the hourly now. That buy stop would have been valid if those lows weren't broken. I actually had 2 trades today earlier. I got stopped out break even on the trades, but if you're trading Forex, for example, it wouldn't have stopped you out and you would have been in like hundreds of pips of profit if you held like a savage, you know. You manage the risks, the trades how you want, right? If you see a trade of mine where you're like, wow, this trade could really run, and I close it at like break even, or I get stopped out break even, you can continue holding. As long, you know what I mean? You can use my analysis to help yours. Nice, Jay. I do think it still might go up. When price, the way market structure works, basic market structure, when price makes a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, the break of this high gives you the push of the new range. So you can take advantage of the break of the high to catch the trade until the next range. Bam. You wait for a confirmation. This is how I scalp. You wait for confirmation that we're using the previous resistance as support, and then you can take another break of the high to confirm the new range, and then rinse and repeat the trade all day long. As long as you're getting this structure on the 1-minute time frame, which is what we had here when I took the trades. Higher high, or no, this is where I took the loss. You know, you're having that structure printing all the way up. I took the buy here, and then when price started reversing here, that we had the same structure printing to the sell side, I took the structure sells to the downside. Yeah, so these highs breaking should give you the same push that this gave you, the same 15 pips, which would fill this range. And then once you re-break that high, price should start flying to the upside. which I could have had another pineapple at that other area. Maybe that would have brought my average down to break even, but the probability of that was not likely. So I'm not liking sales anymore, the way this is moving. But I could be 100% wrong and this thing could just fart straight down. Oh, me queda uno más. No, I think it's double. That came with no outside. Oh no, I do have it. See, look at this. Another one. Another one. Yo, guys, I get these tobaccos, and that's what I roll my joints in. And
They're cigars.
they're cigars. And sometimes, I guess these are factory rolled, and sometimes they don't come with the fucking leaf on the outside. And you're like, what the fuck? You only come with the insides? No leaf? What the hell? Shitty factory, and they're expensive too. My girlfriend's like, I guess you're too busy to text me back, and I'm like, well, I just lost $700, so I think that I can be quiet for a little bit.
I was gonna say things, but you get censored. Just a bit. Not, but
What cigars, if you don't mind me asking? Dutch Master Palmas. Yeah, I'm not taking any more trades for the night, for the rest of the night, but that buy stop would have worked out. Would have gave us those 15 pips. For you guys, it would have given only 5. For me, it gave more. It almost filled the whole range. They're just the closest to the taste of the Cuban cigar. Oh, look at that gap down. We just gapped. Holy crap. That was a good closure, Jay, if you close. How can I activate a 14-day trial at Wix 9s? I didn't even know that he had a 14-day trial. I get everything for I usually talk to him whenever I want, so I don't need to do the mentorship, but I would DM support because he's got a team now and you're probably going to get an answer pretty quickly. That's the benefit of being one of the OGs in the Discord, being one of the first ones in the Discord, one of the first ones on YouTube to be moderated. Not the first one, but one of the first groups to be moderated. I think I got moderated instantly. That's the benefits. You don't abuse the power of having Wix 9 on your phone. You just let it be and use it for emergencies. Options. What are you seeing, brother? What are you seeing right now? You're seeing fuckery going on, don't you? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna be on the charts maybe like another hour here and there, but not on stream anymore. I don't got shit to do actually, but I'm tired. If this dumps into profit, that means I would have had to hold. Ideally, I don't want this to go back down, right? Ideally, I want this to go back up. That would give me 100% confirmation that my trade idea was 100% wrong and there was no way of me getting out of this trade in profit. The only thing that I can do in these situations is maybe close out the trade. Because see, look, we started creating a new trend upwards. So maybe on this one, where I was like 4 pips away from stop loss, I could have closed at whatever it was at that level. So this is where I get data, right? I closed my L already. It started dumping. I love how gold fucks everyone. Yeah. So ideally, we don't want it to dump, which means that you're wrong. And that gives you full confirmation that you made the right decision in closing the trade and that there was really nothing you can do to avoid that loss. If it starts dumping down, then you can start saying, where did we grab orders from? Where did we grab liquidity from? Is this a situation where I chose stops way too early, where I chose 30 pip stops across 2 positions from this level? Or should I have held for another 20 more pips to make it a full 50 pip stops across 2 positions? Do I want to risk that to possibly make it back? Not with the way this is forming. I don't think so. You're fine, bro. Don't worry. Tomorrow, when you go into the charts, you're going to wake up and you're going to say, I'm going to let price action do the talking. I'm going to let price action do the talking. I'm going to let price action do the talking. I'm going to let price action do the talking. I'm going to let price action do the talking. And that's it. You let the candles do the talking. I mean, this was perfect. This gave us perfect resistance here. The candle came back down, closed back below the range. It used this previous support as resistance. That was perfect structure, perfect area to have your stop loss at. That was all perfect. What's it called? I'm tripping. What's it called? Perfect risk management. There was nothing else you can do. You could have possibly waited for another level, but that level is not anything here. That level is a random level that it just chose. So let's see. I had an entry here, and that is 63 pips from my initial entry. So one entry here, one entry at 40, so that put me down here at 20. So here, 46 pips of drawdown. If I would have taken an entry, that's a third. That would have been 12 pips higher. So another pineapple at the very high. This would have been break even on the pineapple right here. So yeah, I could have possibly hit break even there on the third pineapple if I would have taken a third entry. What a dump. Whoever took that setup on the trend line, you're up 20 pips. You can also do that, lower your lot size a little bit. But at the end of the day, when you take a loss, you want to forget that it happened completely. New clean slate. Like, if you wake up tomorrow and you have that little feeling inside and you're like, ah, shit, I took that loss last night. I should have closed earlier. You're already falling victim to your thoughts. You need to force new thoughts, because your thoughts are, you can't force them. You can't, your brain does whatever the hell it wants. And the majority of the time, your brain wants to avoid pain. And if you just had pain last night from taking a loss, it's going to go into the next day wanting to avoid that same pain. And it's going to say, hey man, you took a loss last night. Maybe we should take it easy today. Maybe we shouldn't trade today. And your thoughts are going to start to speak to you and start to do things and say things that aren't you. And your thoughts are just going to start saying random shit. And the only thing that you can do to stop that is to force the good thoughts. And to force the thoughts that the facts, basically. Look at the real world facts, which are your candles. You let the candles tell you what to do, and that's it. You say, okay, my emotions are telling me that I should lower my stop loss. My emotions are telling me that I should maybe wait for this, maybe that I should do this. Let the candles tell me that I should lower my stop loss. Let the candles tell me that I should wait for this. Let the candles tell me what to do. You know, sometimes you see your setup and you're like, oh, I don't know if I should take it. I took a loss, and then your setup plays out, and then you're like, oh, fuck, I should have taken that setup. And now you're adding new extra emotions that you didn't need in the first place. So every time that you feel an emotion, if it's not conducive to trading, you immediately counter that emotion, or you counter that thought with something else. And you just think it over and over. It takes like 100 good thoughts to drown out one bad thought. So you just have to continuously drown out those bad thoughts with good thoughts. I'm gonna do one final little couple minute analysis. I don't even know what the hell's going on here. We could be coming down to bounce off this support without this barely a top wick before a continuation to the upside. So that's something that we could be seeing right now. So this previous 30-minute barely has a bottom wick, so we could be coming down to create a bottom wick for this 30 before pushing back up. We have a support right here, so if we start to get some wicks down into this support and then a flip bullish again, we could see all-time highs again. For this to be a sell, we would have to close back below all these ranges, right? We have so much support here that we would have to close back below all these ranges. So look at that. This trade is playing out after stopping everybody out. Whoever took longs here got stopped out here, and then it played out continuously. So this is just shit that gold does that you cannot predict, bro. You can't predict shit like this. You can only take the setups that you see. You forget that you took the loss. You forget that what happened. And look, we could have taken that trend line sell that I drew here, right? We could have taken this trend line sell, right? It respected the trend line all the way up, and the second that we came down, we closed below this most recent support. We could have taken a trade here, right? So that was an option. So it's all trying to reset the brain and let the brain read price action again. And my brain wasn't 100% fully reset after this loss because this is a setup that I would have taken. Shooting star candle in the last 15 minutes took a valid sell 15 pips. Yeah, that's beautiful. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to call it. Have a wonderful night, everybody. I'm going to watch this to see if we create some support on this hourly because we did close bullish. And I would prefer price to continue driving up to all-time highs. If we start to come back into range, I mean, we do have a pretty big range to take some sells, but got to be careful. Very, very careful. Let it close below here, come back up, grab a top wick, and then we can look for sells. All right, gang. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
You, Eddie. One quick thing.
Yes, sir.
Somebody asked if there was a 14-day trial, free trial for Wix's signals, and I just got this confirmation. He says no, that it's not something that he offers. Swap apparently put that correctly, and it should be fixed. So there is no 14-day free trial.
Look at this dump as we're speaking.
Yeah.
So, guess our trade idea wasn't wrong after all. Price just needed more liquidity before driving down. Oh well. Have a wonderful night, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. FOMO, I closed. Yeah, bro. Don't worry, bro. Tomorrow's gonna be a good day. What do we have tomorrow? Let's open up news. Let's see what we have. Tomorrow, February 21st, we have red all day long across the board, across all of these currencies. We have flash PMI at 945. We also have existing home sales. We have revised yuan consumer sentiment. Then we have a yellow folder, inflation expectations. Then we have FOMC members speaks at 11:30. It's yellow. That's how you know your job isn't important at all, when your folder's yellow. The Canadian red folder. I don't know, but I think Canadian dollar Canadian retail sales. I think Canadian fucking dollar. Cause whatever happens in Canada, I think that makes gold do some shit. Whatever countries that I think that are big as fuck, and I see a red folder, I look at gold and I'm like, all right. Whenever they have their news, let me see if gold starts to bring in some volume. Because if it's super bad for their economy, and then all these Canadians are like, ah, shit, I gotta invest in gold now. That'll cause gold to start moving, at least a little bit. Kind of like the Comex Open, where you get like a decent push for that 920 candle. It acts kind of like a mini news candle. But have a wonderful night, everybody. Take it easy.